good evening, everyone, and welcome to Soul Work. We're live here on Shaw TV, and I'm your host, Jeni Cousins. And we are taking calls, Calgary, don't forget that. And that number is 403-539-6710. So right after our short commercial break, we are answering calls. And I am quite positive that you're going to be wanting to talk to my guest tonight, because all of you who know me know I'm a huge animal person. So this indeed is another animal show, as I've had a few animal shows on. And I'd really like to welcome my guest, Deanna Thompson from AARCS Rescue Society.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, of course I had to have you on. This is the first time there wasn't an animal. I thought I was going to have my rescue puppy by now, but...
Yeah, well, I should have brought one. We're just around the corner.
I know.
Yeah.
I thought for sure I was going to get mine, but you know.
Next time.
It is what it is,
Yes.
and it'll happen. It'll happen at the right time. So, for those of you who are not aware of AARCS, can you tell us about AARCS and what is it that you do?
Sure. AARCS stands for the Alberta Animal Rescue Crew Society, and we're an animal rescue organization here in Calgary. We rescue dogs and cats and from here in the province of Alberta, and we rehome them here and find them new adoptive homes. We also have a lot of community programs that we provide. So our goal is to try and end animal homelessness. So we have a spay-neuter incentive program to help low-income and First Nations people get their dogs and cats spayed and neutered. We have a dog house program, a dog food program, humane education, and we've recently been involved in the last few years in animal disaster response, including spending quite a few weeks up in Fort McMurray after the fires.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, I never even thought of that. Did you bring back a lot of animals?
We actually had a team of people, both staff and volunteers, that were there helping with the evacuation of animals after the evacuation of the people. So we helped evacuate 1,100 animals from the city of Fort McMurray. Wow. And then we helped with families that needed temporary care for their pets while they were displaced from their homes.
Did all those animals get back safely at all?
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately there was some loss from the homes that were burned, of course, and we had some that didn't make it. We just didn't get there in time, so they were found deceased in their homes. But for the most part, it was very successful in getting 1,100 animals out. The majority of them went back to their owners, and the ones that couldn't, for whatever reason, AARCS as well as a number of groups here in Alberta helped to find them new homes.
Oh, that's wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful. Because you have all types of dogs in there. Do you have cats as well?
Yep, we do both dogs and cats.
Yeah.
Most of our animals are mixed breed, but we do get some purebreds in from small dogs to large dogs. The majority of our animals are medium to large. But we do get the odd small dog. I got to meet a couple of them this week. We have a little terrier cross that's just adorable, and we got a Yorkie in. So the odd small dog, but for the most part we deal with large breed mixed breed dogs.
You do. I wish I could have a large breed, but you know.
Yeah.
Any animal I'm blessed with anyways, to definitely get. So how did you personally get involved with the organization?
You know, I used to work in oil and gas. I had a great job working in downtown Calgary, and it just wasn't enough, so I started volunteering when AARCS was in its very infancy. And I started as a foster parent, and I got my first foster dog, and that was it. I was hooked. I fostered this little 8-week-old puppy that had survived parvo, and he stayed in my home for quite a few months during his recovery, and then we found him a new home through the adoption program, and as tough as it was for me to let him go, I knew that I was making room for another dog that needed my help. So that was kind of my start of getting involved in animal rescue and in AARCS specifically.
Because that'd be hard, because I thought of fostering animals, but you know, I wouldn't have a house big enough because I'd want them all.
Yeah.
And then the thought of giving them away, then I couldn't.
It's tough, and I think we always go with that mindset that when you do meet those families that come in that we've screened and that are so excited that you're being able to help them as well enjoy the company of having a dog or cat, and like I said, you make room for that next dog, and that's what I know is really important, is that if I kept them all, then I wouldn't be able to help more, and there's hundreds hundreds of dogs and cats in Alberta that need our help. So it makes it a little bit easier. It does happen every once in a while that you fall in love. I've been known to fall in love with a foster, and I've adopted 4 dogs myself. So yeah, it does happen.
I bet. Yeah, that would be hard. I'd be in there and I'm like, okay, load them up in the car. Because all my dogs normally have been rescues, and I went to a rescue farm one time, and then I had to stop the car because all the animals were surrounding me, and as soon as I opened the door, they all just wanted to jump in, and I was going to be like, everybody jump in, whoever can fit, let's go.
Yeah, it's tough sometimes not to keep them all.
It is actually. Is there a certain area more so that you rescue animals from, or?
Yeah, we focus our attention on rural areas that have limited or no animal services. So the majority of our animals are coming to us as stray animals or surrendered animals. So because Calgary has a great humane society here, we don't deal a lot with owner surrenders from the city of Calgary, although we do get the odd one. The majority of our work is done in rural Alberta.
Okay. Yeah. So what about like if some shelters get overloaded? They're like, you know what, we're so full house. Do you take extra dogs in?
We do, yeah. We work with a few. We're lucky in Alberta that the shelters here are not often overloaded with dogs, more so with cats, unfortunately. So we work with a number of groups, humane societies, SPCAs, and other rescue groups that, if we have animals that we can't take in, we'll call them, and vice versa. So the great thing about Alberta is that we have a great cohesive, cooperative relationship with the numerous animal welfare agencies. So that's wonderful that Alberta has that.
It is actually. Now, you're moving. I hear you're moving to a new facility.
We are, yeah. So we announced in December. Yeah. So we've rented a new facility in Southeast Calgary. It's a 13,000 square foot building, which is a little over double of what we're currently in. And what's exciting about it is we're going to be having our own in-house veterinary hospital. So this is really exciting for us. We'll be able to reduce our veterinary costs by 50%, which equates to about $500,000 a year. So with the tough economy that we're dealing with, the donations are down and expenses are up, this should help with providing the longevity for the organization, as well as being able to help even more animals.
That's wonderful. So you need, what, 500,000?
Yeah, so our budget for the cost for renovations and equipment and new kennels for all the animals is about $500,000. We've reached 32% of our goal, so that's around $150,000, $160,000. So we've still got a little ways to go for sure in our fundraising efforts to get that project completed.
So Calgary, you know what you need to do? You need to pick up the phone and donate, even if it's $5.
Yes.
Because it all adds up.
It does, yeah. If every one of our Facebook followers donated $5, we'd have it all,
Exactly.
So no donation is ever too small, and as a registered charity, we do provide tax receipts as well. So, that helps go against your taxes.
Definitely. Yeah. So the veterinarian part in there, is that going to be open like for the public, or is that pretty much where if the animals that are brought to you?
No, specifically for the homeless animals.
Okay,
so it's going to be a private veterinary hospital that's specifically for the homeless animals of Alberta. So it's not a for-profit business. We are not able to work with the public's animals, but we do have lots of great veterinarians in Calgary that we can refer people to.
Yes.
And with the number of animals going through our program each year, it's over 3,000 animals coming through, we're going to be busy.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
We're very excited.
Oh, that's wonderful, because I'm sure that, of course, with the animal being rescue, there's some type of, even behavioral problem or medical issue.
We deal with a ton of dogs and cats with medical issues. A lot of our calls are being, shot or quilled or mange or broken legs, hit by cars, all those things that require extensive medical care. We take in a huge number of animals with medical issues that require that extensive treatment. So we should be able to provide the majority of that in-house, which will really help us be able to ultimately help more animals.
That is absolutely phenomenal. That's why I do animal shows, because my heart, huge with animals. I used to have 5 animals at one time. I miss it.
Yeah.
It'll happen again.
One day we're going to get you one.
Yeah, yay. So if someone now wanted to make a donation and get in hold of you, what is the best way for them to do that?
Well, there's lots of ways to make donations. So the easiest for most people is online. So our website is AARCS.ca, AARCS.ca. So you can do online donations, or you can find our contact information on the website with the phone number, so we can take donations over the phone, online, by mail, you name it. We're happy to accommodate any type of donation.
That'd be wonderful. That'd be wonderful. And when's the opening date roughly?
We're not sure, so we're hoping to have the project done by the end of April. That all depends on
the
construction and funding and that sort of stuff. So we hope to have some type of grand opening in the spring.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah, no dates yet.
So Calgary, you know what to do now. Even if it's $1, $5, anything that would be great. It's for the animals. And we're gonna continue talking right after our commercial break, and we are opening up the phone lines. So if you want to give myself a call and Deanna, that number is 403-539-6710. We'll be right back after this commercial, Calgary. So give us a call.